Hey guys, this is Edgaras from Spoken Lithuanian, and today we have a very simple lesson, but very important lesson because I always get questions from students in the comments. Probably the most asked question, right? I'm wondering why I haven't made a video yet. It's the word Savo. You constantly ask how to use the word Savo, which is a very simple word in Lithuanian language, but it's a bit used a bit differently in English language. Okay, so let me just quickly explain to you so that it will be easy for you to understand, and then all you have to do is just to practice it enough time so that it becomes second nature. So, Savo word is used when you have a sentence where the possessive and the subject is basically the same. The possessor and the subject is the same. For example, in a sentence like he took his car and drove away. Yeah, so that would be jis pasiėmė or savo mašiną ir nuvažiavo. We don't really take cars in Lithuanian language. We sit in the cars. Įsėdo į savo mašiną. You would say įsėdo į savo mašiną ir nuvažiavo, right? So since the possessor and the subject is the same, he sat in his car, right? It can be other person. You can say, I can say, for example, take your book and go. That would be pasiimk savo knygą ir eik. That's imperative, right? But that means tu, right? Tu pasiimk savo knygą and eik. And that also means you take your book and go, right? Therefore, when we have the same one as a possessor and as a subject of the sentence, we use Savo, right? And it goes to all persons. Doesn't matter. It can be we, you, they. Right? You getting this? It's a bit difficult because we always have a different word in English language when it comes to a different person in the sentence. And in Lithuanian language, if the possessor and the subject is the same, we use Savo, simply. Let me give you an example where we don't use Savo. For example, I can say, here, take my book, right? I could say, sakau, štai, that is for here, imk mano knygą. Because in this case, the possessor and the subject is not the same. The subject in this sentence is you. You take my book, but my book, not your own book, right? So think of it as your own, or your, his own, or his, right? Usually in English, we just say this objective, possessive pronoun. We use just simply your, his, her, and that's when it's the same as the subject, we use Savo. Right? Let's have one more so that it's clearer to understand. She tried her own cake, right? We can see something like that. Ji paragavo savo torto, right? She tasted her own cake, right? Ji paragavo savo torto. Again, because the possessor, her, and the subject, she, is basically the same person. It's the third person, singular, feminine, right? Therefore, we're using Savo, right? It's because it's the same person in the sentence, right? It's the same person whose cake it is and who tries it. Okay, that's why I use Savo. It's a very weird way to use it. I know. I'm sure you want to say ji paragavo jos torto, right? Ji paragavo jos torto. And you would be understood definitely, but it would be sort of this like stylistic mistake, right? Because that's not how we talk. That's not how we say in Lithuanian language. Okay, so just know that you have this very, very basic, very simple rule: possessor and subject the same. You use Savo. Okay, in all persons with plural, singular, doesn't matter. The same word. Okay, so I will create in the future maybe a longer practice lesson where we just practice how to use these sentences. But for now, because I saw so many comments and so many emails I've gotten with this question, I just decided I will make a quick lesson to just quickly let you know how this works.